Snakes on the plane, man. Snakes on the plane. Snakes on the plane. Snakes in the Philippines. Did you hear about the man who survived an attack?
In the
In the,
Philippines, a
yeah,
snake attack. No. Mm-mm.
snake attack. You know how he got? You know how he got? He he freed himself. How do you think he freed himself?
What type of snake? First of all,
Python, a 10 feet python. So they
uh,
constrict. They
they
also
constrict.
bite.
Yeah. How did he free himself? What he? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
How did he save himself?
He protected his, let's say, neck yeah, he protected it and tried to wiggle out of the constriction.
I thought this was such a crazy story. This is a lesson for us all
Okay.
around the world. How to free yourself.
From
Become
python attack.
become the snake yourself. Start
Becomes
biting the snake. He
he
bit through
bit the
the neck,
snake.
bit to the through the neck of the snake.
He bit. Okay, no, I never would have thought. I never would have even, to be honest, KaiR, if I were to ever be constricted by a snake, the last thing that I would
R.I.P.
think, the last thing that
R.I.P. It's R.I.P.
was to
What it
was
was
to
fun
buy
while
it.
it lasted.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man.
But that's a crazy. He's 48, and how it went down. It was in the province Bohol province in the Philippines, and the snake emerged from the grassland and blocked his path. So he was sitting there waiting for the snake to pass with his motorcycle, and then out of nowhere, the snake decided to attack him. So it bit him first in his hand and started to constrict him, and then he thought, you know what you can do, I can do too. How,
Mhm.
how.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. No, I'm not gonna say his name. We know Netflix created a series about him on some that type of stuff. How.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Double Touch Show. Oh man, we have some interesting topics to discuss today. We're going to talk about Jermaine Jackson's
Jeez.
recent lawsuit. He's the latest to get caught up
Hello.
in a SA lawsuit. We're going to talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. A lot of commotion around his or a recent post of him visiting an In-N-Out burger, saying that it was the first time, and people saying, nope, he's a liar. He's been there at least twice before. Well, we're gonna talk about that and the commotion that caused. We're gonna talk about so the third topic,
I smell cat.
a tragic Christmas family gathering gone south. This also happened in the south, in Florida, to be more specific. Family members offing each other, or at least one family member offing another family member
Oh,
due to an argument about Christmas gifts. And can we get more materialistic? And last but not least, we're going to talk about art theft, more specifically, Banksy art robbery. I guess people are becoming, at least the robbers are becoming more wise, because usually when you put money in the books or in art, they won't steal it. They will just steal the black label in the book art. In any case,
put it
before you,
next to the book with 1,000. Make sure they take the valuable stuff, the
yeah,
black label.
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about all those topics. Before we proceed, remember, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well, so the algorithm can pick up our video and share it to more people. Remember to share the video yourself with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And last but not least, remember to comment and let us know what you think about what we discuss, whether you agree or disagree with our takes. This is an open platform, so everyone is welcome. With that being said, let's move to the first topic.
Let's do this.
Jermaine Jackson, man. Jermaine Jackson has been hit with a SA lawsuit. The plaintiff, Rita Barrett, also claims that she told Motown Records founder Barry Gordy about this assault, which happened in 1988. But Gordy withheld and concealed the acts. Tough, man. The lawsuits in LA are getting some traction.
Piling up, piling up.
They're piling up. I mean, we have till 2026. That's when it will be ended. So it's just started. Vin Diesel got hit. This guy is getting hit. Are they gonna dig up someone of the Jackson family to have him stand in the court?
Well, someone did file a case against. Remember one of the cases that was filed?
Yeah, they tried him. This is crazy. But
No, but they filed a case against someone else, a deceased person. Remember?
oh, you mean the other? Well, they filed against his estate, right? No, it was the former founder of Atlantic Records, I think, from the top
Yeah.
of my head. That's crazy. I mean, it's hard. I mean, they even sued, but that's all. I think this was New York. They are also suing. Who's the Migo again who got popped?
I don't know.
Offset. You have Offset. You have
Takeoff.
Takeoff. Takeoff was the one who got popped. They are suing Takeoff's estate for SA.
Okay.
It's hard. I mean, well, we'll see how that goes. They want the mom to stand as the person who would represent her passed away son. But in order for that to go forward, they have to first of all agree within the family who will do the estate stuff, because the dad also is fighting for the estate rights. But let's go back to less rap stuff, more to the singing part. Jermaine Jackson has been sued and accused of SA around the spring of 1988. A lawsuit was filed in the LA County Superior Court by Rita Butler Barrett, who alleges SA both abuse, assault, battery, negligence, and the grape by Jackson, according to the papers obtained by People. So it's not our article. It's from the People. And just like Cassie, Jermaine Jackson Music Production was named as co-defendant. Work Records Inc. was also one of the co-defendants. So they are going for the corporations, not only for the man himself. There's still nothing said or no response by the reps of Jermaine. I mean, it's
I think. Yeah. Continue.
no, continue.
The we talked about this in the last show, right? The Monday show. We are receiving so many information, so many allegations nowadays, old cases. To what extent is this believable? Yes or no, or believable as if I say believable, it seems as though I'm saying I have an opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it's either a cesspool. It's either what I talked about, that there is a light being shone in being shined in the world of celebrities. I'm not gonna say where the celebrities are from. In the world of celebrities, politicians, famous people, etc. Or it's a pure come up, pure let's get money. Um, but another Jackson, you talked about the digging one, digging one of them possibly out of the grave to come to testify, to take the stand in essence. But
All the
yeah,
all the cards up.
yeah. But this
Yeah.
is something that this allegedly happened in 1988.
1988.
That's like
35
35
years ago.
years ago.
35 years ago,
That's
yes.
a long, 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 long time ago. Wondering how you will be able to prove it.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, it's that's the biggest problem we have here, right? If she just went to the and that's this is the thing, and I understand sometimes you're ashamed, but you should make the step. If this is true, right? This man shouldn't be even outside. Let's be honest. If this is true, he should have been locked up
And a long while ago, yeah.
because we are talking about grape. This is not touching or a kiss on the cheek you didn't want.
Yeah. It's
Why
an
are you going to Barry
it's
Gordy? Who the heck is Barry Gordy? Go to the police, man.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's a shame because if this is truly what happened, man,
You know, I those
people
type of
be
those
out
type of
here, bro.
yeah, the type of cases I'm not doing. I haven't done criminal law in a long while. I'm not gonna do it either because it's not. I don't like it. But cases like these, I think in my 2 years that I've done a criminal case at the very start of my career as a lawyer, I might have done two of these types of cases. The first time I did it, so I did, and before that I did crimes, deletions, thefts,
Mm,
everything, and at least representing them, the suspects. And of course, you feel a certain way, but it's different when you have someone who's accused of such like this type of crime,
yep.
if it is true. But what you do see a lot of times is that when it happens, a lot of people don't immediately uh, complain. Oftentimes, because of it can be a very due to various reasons. Because they think people won't believe them, because the person has a certain power over them. Because it's in this case it's Jermaine Jackson. So who will I? What will people think of me if this happens, etc. Not to say that it's true or not, but I can understand. So the problem is complex.
It
That's
is.
why.
I
That's
understand.
why I say. That's why when an Amber Heard or the lady, the other one we talked about last week, the that
Jabari.
I don't
Jabari
remember.
Grace. Grace
No, yeah,
Jabari.
yeah, that's of Jonathan Majors, right? But
Jonathan.
so all these stories, it's a shame that people,
Oh, you're talking about the guy who got sued by his ex-fiance.
yeah, for 9 million, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a shame that people invent things to get money, because now what happens is that when there's a real victim, and this person can very well be a real victim,
Yep.
our first thought would be, is this true or not? Instead of, wow, it's a shame that it happened.
Yeah.
What happens in these types of cases, oftentimes it happens in a private setting. It's only you and the aggressor, so the victim and the aggressor. Um, there's oftentimes a power dynamic, either physical power or another kind of power. It's a shame component that plays into it. There's so many things that plays into it. I think the person also married
I think
when
she
this
was.
happened.
I
So
think she was.
there's also that part. So what would the
Yes, it's
uh,
it's the following. In the lawsuit, Bennett contends she knew Jackson for several years before the alleged assault took place due to professional and personal connections. The papers state that her husband, Ben Barrett, worked closely with Barry Gordy, whom she believed was in a business and or management relationship with Jackson at the time of the alleged assault. Jackson allegedly arrived at Barrett's home in or around the spring of 1988 unannounced and forced himself inside, which is crazy. Barrett claims he then S8 her with force and violence and left when she was sedated. During the assault, a woman of the plaintiff, a woman of faith, prayed to God for help. The assault the plaintiff feared for her life. Barrett claims she reported the assault following day to Gordy, whom she alleges withheld and concealed the acts.
mm,
Barrett asserts that by doing so, Gordy, Jackson, and others in the business relationship were able to gain profit from Jackson's work for years to come.
okay.
Barrett alleges a cover up was in place to prevent disclosure of information relating to the abuse for the purpose of profit and preservation of reputation. The lawsuit states that Barrett has suffered severe emotional, physical, and psychological injury, including humiliation, shame, guilt, economic loss, uh, uh, capa- economic capacity, and
Mm.
perform permanent emotional distress after her interaction with Jackson.
It sounds very intense.
Yep. That's why I said it's a shame that if this so this if this can be proven to be right that it really happened, this dude should have been locked up in 1988. This is very disturbing.
Yeah.
Imagine this happens, man. This is crazy, yo.
But I think now that a light is being shined on in that world, the Hollywood world, the flashy world, it's so great, so nice. Especially during so KR.
Yeah.
The 80s were a wild, wild, wild time.
It's not
And
called
it
white
was
white 80s for nothing.
yeah. And the
And white has nothing to do with the color of someone's skin.
unless they jumped into the powder.
No.
Maybe they pulled a what's uh a Scarface move. Yeah.
Did you hear about the story that Danny DeVito told, where he went to a party, a Hollywood party with Arnold in the
No.
80s,
No.
and they had all their names written in lines.
Are you serious? Can you imagine Schwarzenegger's
That's why that's the pun, right? That's the not the pun. That's
punchline?
punchline. The punchline was he told basically the video told the other guy which he was part of that show. I can't remember the show. It was a funny show, by the way. He basically said Arnold was very excited because his name was that long.
Yeah.
This is crazy, but
Yeah.
this. I mean,
Yo,
what?
Yeah. So, but I think the 80s. So now that a lot of information is coming out of the 80s, so anything can be true or not. And what's and what's people might be forgetting is that in the 80s there wasn't social media,
Yep.
phone cams. Those
There
things
was
didn't
nothing.
exist. Those things didn't exist. So now they didn't exist. So that's why people did it as well. Never in a million years did I bet you that never in a million years did people think that what they said or did during that time would come back to haunt them 35 years later. But then again, from a legal point of view, to be able to prove something that happened 35 years ago, that's also going to be very challenging. So if it's true, and let's be honest, no one here knows that it's true. You don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. The listeners, they don't know. You don't know if it's true or not because none of us were there. So that's why the law is here. The law is there to try to determine whether or not someone did it or not, based on evidence. But at the end of the day,
Only two people that know what happened are
yeah,
those two.
definitely, definitely. So yeah, I hope that this isn't a case that that has been filed for clout or for money. If it is, then I hope the judge sees it as such and rules accordingly, or if there's a jury that they do it accordingly. And if it is true, then I understand the thought, but it's going to be very difficult to prove. And I believe if someone did something, that person should be punished for it. But there's a statute of limitations for a reason. And the
Yeah.
statute is that the purpose of a statute of limitation is that you should know that if the person didn't do anything in, let's say, 10 years, 15 years, then I should be, that means the person forgave me or whatever. So because you want to
So
avoid,
it never happened.
or it never happened, yeah. But you want to avoid that someone, let's say, I hit someone, I step on someone's leg today, broke his 3 toes, and when I'm on my deathbed, I get a a visit.
Not by the
Mr.
Reaper.
Mr. RJ, you're hereby being served. Like, it's
One last one before you before you leave.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Hey man, it is what it is. Let's continue with the second topic, which is Dwayne the Rock Johnson being exposed. He's Dwayne is like the coin song players. Whenever you put a new coin in, it forgets the previous song it has played and it plays it again. So apparently, he's Dwayne Johnson posted on Instagram a clip in which he says he's visiting the In and Out Burger restaurant for the very first time, his very first In and Out Burger experience. The problem is that apparently this is already his third separate occasion. He already visited it in 2017 and 2022. So it seems like every time In and Out Burgers puts a coin in his pocket, his mind is erased and he remembers nothing and he goes back to In and Out to promote. Yo, yo, on some Man in Black stuff.
on some Man in Black, man.
Hey, shout out to The Rock though. You cannot hate. Hey, you can't hate the hustle, man. People out here crying. Man, it's my first experience, man. That's what I. Anyway, I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say. Uh,
Hey, but I think people get so riled up for foolishness, man. This is so what? This
Hey,
is
the man is
this.
about his money. They are. This is promo. I cannot imagine. Hey, these people don't open their Instagram to businesses without any payment. So this must be a payment.
You know, when I think about a marketer, they are they just see people. They just see this and they're like, okay, we're getting traction. That's good. Now we need to do this because
Now
that's what you need to do. Like,
let's release a second one.
yeah, trigger 'em more.
Hey, let's release a new one with the same clothing he wore in 2017.
Yeah. No, but I think it's very interesting to see how we react. Who's we? But how people react. Like small things become. It's like people are on social media looking for things
They are
to
looking
get
for
mad about.
anything,
Yeah.
anything.
To be
The
honest, if The Rock comes out next year and tells this with the same story, I wouldn't. I so what if it's the first time? I don't care. I mean, I would just scroll. It doesn't bother me, man.
Wait, I have a proposal. Dwayne, I'm gonna look straight into the camera. Dwayne, please. Here at the Double Thought Show, we have a great fan of your work, me as well. We have never experienced In and Out before. So if you're planning to go to In and Out next year, we would like to get the In and Out experience. So then it's the first time as well. It's our first time. So feel free to invite us. You don't you don't have to pay us a part of your promo money.
Anything. We don't need anything.
We'll just
Just
we'll
wear our shirts.
there is this story that I don't know which one of these well-known billionaires back in the days. You probably heard the story as well. The only thing, someone went to him and asked him for a loan. Asked him for a loan. He said, "I'm not gonna give you the loan. I'm not gonna give you any money, but I'll do an even better. Give you an even better offer. I'll walk with you with my hands on your shoulder through Wall Street, and you'll get how much you want based on the reputation." So feel free, Dwayne, to invite us. We don't want a piece of your promo money. Only thing we want is some In-N-Out burgers. Hey, it's
Well,
marketing, man. Hey,
well,
shout out to him.
I'll just
People
sit there
are-
with. We can just sit there with our with our jerseys and our hoodies. It's good.
we'll sit in the back seat. Like,
Nah, you know what, KR? I'm good. You go. You represent.
100%, no worries, no worries.
I'll do.
Oh no, no. Hey, I'm not gonna say what. I didn't even. I'm trying to burn the bridge without even building the bridge. I'm not gonna say what I did. Hey, shout out to The Rock.
Yeah, but
Keep going back to the In-N-Out Burger and get people.
yeah, but people get mad. I said, yeah, this
Oh
is just
man.
this is so when the thing is, KR, when you realize that everything you're being told is a lie, or a lie, that's a big word. Everything that's being you're being all the information you're receiving is being sent to you with a purpose to convince you to do something or to think a certain way, then you see the world completely differently. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a brand. Kevin Hart is a brand. Jason
Yep.
Momoa is a brand. These people are brands. And because they're brands, their pages, they don't use their social media pages like a majority of people. A majority of people use their social media pages to expose information about themselves that can get them hurt. On vacation. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Hey,
And then your house is robbed when you get there, and you don't understand why.
I don't understand why people post real time when they are on vacation. I never understood that.
But those things are so. But these people use uh, their social media platforms for their brand, to promote their brand or someone else's brand that will get the money. The thing about social media, KR, and I do understand why a lot of people fall for it and get triggered, is that when you watch a TV show, or if, when you watch a movie, you know that it's business, it's a job. But when people are promoting things through social media, it seems to be more genuine.
Mm.
It's like, hey, I'm drinking this
He's just like me. He drinks
and
coffee.
yeah, this coffee is delicious. What's it? But they don't know. A lot of people don't realize that they've been paid to do that. Countries do it too. They pay an influencer, a celebrity, and the celebrity will go, "Oh, to
Visit, vacation.
I've been to Finland, and Finland, oh, the government is great." And and you'll be like, "Oh, I need to go to Finland too." But the chances of there being a partnership between the country and the influencer is there, especially if it's a big influencer. Or else, why would you just say good things about the country? So it's like, unless you really, I mean, there's always a chance. But that's why social media tricks a lot of people. That's how it works. But of course, like everything else, there are flaws.
Hey,
Uh,
but
And if you don't care about the product, or you forget, as you said, or what do I have to do today? Oh, this is the script. Okay. Oh, you're new on the set. What's your name? Oh, you started working since last week. Okay, nice to meet you. This is the first time I've been to In and Out Burger.
oh man, but there are of course name with the food review. He's one of the few that are doing it genuinely.
Who?
What's it?
Keith
The
Lee.
few
Oh, Keith
Italy,
Lee.
one of the few.
Mhm. Keith
But
Lee is.
majority out here are doing anything. No, not anything. Let's put it. They're doing it for pay. That would have been a wild. They would have clipped me, sent me to the gulag with that one. Hey,
Yo,
shout out to
yo, yeah. Can I just, oops, interject like a small
of course.
topic here, because you said Keith Lee, and this is definitely a trending topic. So I think we should do it. Let me finish it, because this is gonna be
Okay,
amazing.
okay. But
This is gonna be amazing. Wait.
like translation to the next stories, or wait for you until you're done with
Well, you can transition then. Yeah, for the sake of time. Yeah.
okay, then we will continue with the
This.
street tales. The street tales. Christmas family gathering goes south. Before we talk about that, by the way, we are now in a time where the female is the prize,
Okay.
and with female being the prize,
We're still
it
talking about
comes
the
with
price. What's the price?
also helping the man. I
Yeah.
cannot hear you. Maybe you're on mute or something. Or
I'm.
maybe it's me.
No, it's
No,
not
it
me.
is me.
It is you, of course.
No, I can hear you. I think. Say
Check,
something.
check, mic check.
I can hear you. So with females being the prize, sometimes you pick up people that see you as the prize, with results that could alter your home. Let's say you never met your husband, straight out of prison. He's used to the prison life. Well, apparently there was a lady that had that happen to her. She married a man in prison who she never met before. He moved into her home once he was released, and they have been living happily ever after. Let's take a look at how he's living. Oh, wait a second. Let me before I get demonetized for this one. So this is how it looks. Fun Christmas tree. Then he doesn't do the dishes. Oh, he punches through the wall. This is how the bed looks like
That's on your end.
on my end. Yeah.
Mm.
This is how it all looks like. This is crazy. Still, another punch in the wall. Does he ever stop punching the wall? That's the big question here. The gaming console is out. Everything is out. Oh man. What a life. What a life. What a life. Hey, being the price come with a lot of consequences.
Uh,
Price
Oh,
week.
man.
It's the price. The price is right week.
yeah.
The price
yeah,
is right.
yeah. Mm.
But to transition to a less funny story, Florida had a we. I mean, we always know that Florida has the weird stuff going on. So,
We do.
a 23-year-old woman down in Florida was deleted by her teen brother over Christmas gifts. According to the New York Post, the incident went down the Sunday before Christmas. The victim was out shopping with her two boys, 6 and 8, and a younger brother and mom. Her 14-year-old brother apparently started to get in his feelings because his older brother, 15, was getting more gifts than him. So they had his family spat about who was getting what and what money was being spent on who, according to the sheriff department. The family left the store and went over to their grandmother's house, where arguing also intensified. During the heated discussion, the younger brother, 14-year-old, pulled out a blicky and threatened to delete the older brother by a projectile to the head. This already dysfunctional. This is it's going south from there. The brother then directed his anger to his sister, who had stepped into the breakout to break up the commotion between the two. He threatened her and her 10-year-old son. He turned around then, allegedly her in the chest with a 40 caliber, and ended up going outside with the residents and the older brother in the stomach. While all this was going on, the baby, the 10-year-old, wasn't.
The 10-month-old.
The 10-month-old wasn't hurt.
And the baby was because the first victim passed away.
The
The
sister,
older sister.
older sister passed
And
away.
And the baby is hers.
The baby is hers. So this is the thing.
Why would they have it in the first place? Why would it be?
It's crazy if you think about the brother basically deleting his sister and his own brother or older brother
But he's
over
14.
yes.
He's
This
14,
person-
so he's not
people
even
are
fully. It's not really fully developed. But why would he have it in the first place?
What do you think?
I mean, it's normal, I guess. There,
I would think he's in the game himself.
you think so? As a 14-year, yeah, okay,
You gotta
you
stop
do have
early,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Then people don't start. Only rappers start gang banging when they're in their 20s.
yeah.
Real people that do their stuff start very early. So they start selling their stuff when they're 13, 14. So
Okay, yeah,
he probably is in the game, and he has a short temper,
yeah.
and that resulted in a deletion and how do you say that? A deletion charge and probably manslaughter. Or no, not manslaughter because he didn't delete the other guy. It's probably going to be manslaughter, right? In this case, because it wasn't intentional. Thought before. Well, technically
It's
he
not. So the question is whether it's intentional. It's not
yeah,
premeditated.
still premeditated. Yeah,
Is it premeditated? Well,
that's
it
why I
is.
said,
It is
like,
premeditated. It
because
is.
they went home and then he's continued.
Yeah, I think it is premeditated. I
This
think you
is crazy.
can. It is. Yeah.
But hey, man, this is sad way
Murder
to.
she wrote. So it's over. As a
Is that
14-year-old,
huh?
you and there's as a 14-year-old, the best case scenario for him would be to. So Juvie is definitely. I mean, it's yeah. It's. I think when you're so far gone, and if
That's
he is involved, then a person like that can be, unless Jesus comes in and saves him,
it's done.
he's done. Yeah,
But this is the people they will fight for to free,
yeah, yeah.
hurting innocent people. Who knows? The I'm gonna say something here. The easiness, that's how he pulled out and let it loose. Let you know that he has done that before.
That's a good point. He knows how to use it.
He
Yeah,
knows how to use it. He has used it before.
yeah.
Who
And
knows?
what a lot of people don't realize is, and when I learned this, I understood. And I think Kendrick Lamar has a verse. I think it's Kendrick. There are probably more artists that mention this as well. But it's like you need it to feel powerful, because without it, you feel powerless. The fact that maybe it's J. Cole, by the way, but the fact that someone's life is in your hand gives you the feeling of power, because someone stepped on your white J's. I mean, if your white Air Force Ones, I mean, if they're black, you already know. But if someone steps on your white Air Force Ones, you feel like the person's life doesn't count. Someone tells you something or looks at you a certain way, or accidentally bumps into you, or honks at you because the light turned green and you didn't start driving, and you take it and you feel at that moment that so small, so insulted, because that first of all means that that person has a certain power over you, that you go and take the weapon, because when you have it in your hands, you feel powerful. The fact that you're on that side of the weapon,
Mhm.
and the other people, if the other person starts shaking and trembling and yelling, you start power tripping. Now a 14-year-old having that power, it's scary to think, because the mind isn't fully developed yet. But now this, as well as probably for other cases like that, now will be part of his upbringing. It will stay with him forever. And it's scary to think what will happen. Will it be for the good or for the bad? To some people, this can be a moment, when they grow up and start realizing, whoa, I took my sister away from the face of the earth. On the other hand, if they were living in an environment that's not optimal, which probably is the case, and when you get out, you go back to the same environment. So yeah, I think
And
it's
that kid will hate his or her uncle for the rest of her life. His or
for
her life.
sure, for sure. Yeah,
Let's go to more fun
go
stories.
to more fun story.
And I'm not talking about robbing artwork.
I
I'm
know.
talking about Keith Lee.
Yeah,
Keith
Keith
Lee
Lee.
ranked his favorite food.
No,
Well, not his favorite food. The favorite states he went
cities,
to.
cities specifically,
Cities.
and I'll give everyone a chance.
I'll start with the. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen the list. I've seen the list.
I'll give everyone a chance to pick which city was number 8. And 8 is good. Unfortunately, the list ends at 8.
It ends at 8. You started with the city he got run out of.
So I asked a friend of mine who follows Keith Lee religiously because
Mm.
she's a foodie. And she said, I asked her, who's 8? Which city was it? Which city do you think was number 8? Oh, that's Atlanta. It was easy.
That was easy. Yeah.
And what I like about Keith Lee is that he remains uh, on a straight path. His his stance is my opinion. People should trust my opinion. If I tell people that this is the first time that I'm visiting the In-N-Out Burger, people should be able to believe me instead of
Yeah.
what happened to The Rock, because that's what happens when you're just happy about everything, right? So he's like, you need to be able to believe me, and he always says it's my opinion. Atlanta to him was the worst, and more people. I mean, Cardi B came out and said Atlanta was the worst. The food is amazing, the service isn't. Hopefully, what and we talked in a previous show as well about Nightcap, more specifically Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco.
The short beef.
There was a short bit like this short. There was a short chat was for a very short period of time against Keith Lee, saying, "No, Keith Lee, you're not you're tearing black businesses down, etc." And when Keith Lee reacted, Ocho Cinco was like, "Yeah, still don't agree, but I understand. I
No,
understand."
it wasn't the reason why they said that. It was because of his daughter who
Oh, that's true.
told him
His
you
daughter
better,
told it.
you better get on your knees because it's gonna be the end of you.
Yeah.
No,
No,
just
man.
kidding.
Much love to Ocho Cinco,
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
but yeah, and of course, but I
Mr.
understood. So,
24/7. Shout out
but
to Mr. 24/7.
but I understood
7-Eleven.
from a friend of mine that there was even a diss track. Did you know that
Who?
Atlanta there was a diss track against Keith Lee? Of course, you're not gonna help your
I'm not
case.
gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything.
Wait, let me
I'm gonna
look that
close
up.
my mouth. Whatever I'm gonna say next can be the end of the show and the end of the channel and the monetization.
You have, I see two. You have a guy named Platinum Max, and it's not Max from First Take. It's not Max Kellerman.
Is it Zesty Red?
I'm not gonna listen to this, man. But in any case,
You try to let's continue with the
in any
with
case, yeah.
the
Let's
ranking.
continue with this. So I asked the person, the friend of mine. I call her the ketologist. I said,
Mm.
so which city was the second one? And she guessed it correctly, if you believe it or not. The second to last one was New York. New York also got bad reviews from Keith Lee. I forgot what the reason was. I think New York. Oh, the main criticism was like New York. It's like crowded, difficult to get seats as well. And of course, I'm not saying that Keith Lee did. I'm not saying that Keith Lee said this, but I don't think the rats help either. And then number 6 was Detroit. Unfortunately, even in the food game,
Bro,
we
they
can't
in
finish top
Atlanta,
3.
though.
They're in Atlanta. Number 5, LA. Number 4, Vegas. I think Keith Lee is from Vegas. Number
Yeah.
3, Chirac. Number 2, Houston. We have a problem.
Food to kill for. Are you ready to take?
God.
Are you? Do you have a vest on? Do you have your bulletproof vest on to go pick up your food?
Number 1, New Orleans. Of course, New
New
Orleans
Orleans is all that. Well, we
has
all
to be.
know.
Has
We
to
we
be.
all know that the food culture in New Orleans is
Has to be.
one of the biggest ones out there,
Yeah,
man.
Louisiana food is amazing. So yeah,
Gumbo.
so that's it. Gumbo. Yeah. So a lot of people, of course, do not agree. I mean, let's be
Who?
honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, KR. When I saw,
Ethiopian?
let's be honest, KR. Maybe it's just me. Guys, let me know if it's just me. Am I the only one who, as soon as I saw that there is a list, went to see if Atlanta finished last? That's what I went to see. I
Oh,
didn't care
I
about the
saw the
top.
list. I knew Atlanta was last before. I just saw he dropped the. I saw the caption. I was like, yeah, the Atlanta is definitely last.
Yeah,
Went there and saw it. I was like, yeah, confirmed.
yeah, no Southern hospitality.
Well, let
Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play and the food. You gotta wait all day. In any case,
who was
I
also waiting. Who was also waiting. The streets was waiting for Banksy to drop a brand new art piece on the streets. The streets was watching and they gotta eat. I share my screen and you're gonna see what happened. In the streets of London, who said London was not tough?
haven't you thought
They gotta
this? KR, no, KR. Either in the future, either you look for an AI that can change your accent or don't do it at all because they all sound the same and
hey,
none of
they
them
all gotta
sound like
say,
an existing country.
hey, hey, they gotta I need to wear those telephone books around my waist when next time I go to London.
Yo,
They gotta look me up. Hey,
thank you,
thank you.
thank you
Hey,
very much. Let's go.
hey, this is what happened, man.
That's a stop sign, right?
That's a stop sign. He ripped it, they cut it, he cut it and started running with the Banksy artwork. Look at him, look at him. Uh, he thought he was smart. Fair use, by the way. Fair use. He thought he was smart. They both got caught.
Of course.
Hey yo, if your homie says let's steal some Banksy art, let him go alone because you're gonna get caught up, man.
Yeah.
You got-
But but Banksy, is it true? Because is it true that Banksy is a anonymous street artist, right? But
he's not.
also an activist.
He's an activist, but he's not anonymous. They act as if he's anonymous. 15 years ago, 15 years ago, they dropped. This is the artboard, by the way. If you look at it, so
Mhm.
quite interesting. It's like a drone. It's like this is like a protest to the war in,
Let
and
me
we
see.
know where there is war. Oh, you're trying to see?
Yeah. Let me check.
So this is the art piece. Let me see if you can see it more. The man was cutting it down, man. What a shame. Look at this. Is it. So basically, this is it. Nice.
Basically, stop the war. That's what it's saying.
Yeah, basically stop the bombarding the people. But hey, man, these guys thought it was a lick. and apparently it was a 250,000. That's what it's worth.
Why would you put a 250,000 artwork on? Did they steal it for the art or for the? But KaiR, did they steal it for the art or did they steal it for the? So for the money or for the symbol? So as a protest,
Resell. What do you think? Why do people steal stuff so can resell it?
out of principle.
Nah, that's not a come on, man. The street doesn't have principle. When the streets gotta eat, they are hungry. Just make sure you don't show your plate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they caught the guy. They caught both of them actually.
KaiR,
And,
to be
and now,
yeah.
and now you're gonna sit. So he's 23-year-old.
Mm.
And this is always these. We thought it people that are very young. We thought it. This is just, and the other guy was in his 40s. You're not that smart, man. Come on, what are you? And they are recording you. You're doing it without a face mask or anything, without a glove. No OJ stuff. Your prints are everywhere. He left the clip he used to cut it off. He left it behind, so his fingerprints were all on there. This is like, yo, dude.
But But can they confirm that they got the real one though? Because maybe they're so smart, KaiR, that they're the decoy.
What are you talking about? Did you smoke before the show? Are you high, my brother? My brother in Christ. Don't be like these guys. Out smoked out, thinking you're Superman. No, it's not. I don't think so. I don't think so. I have no hope for these guys. They're gonna do 2 years and didn't even have the time to sell it off. You gotta be, yo, the L in 2000, the L, the undefeated L continued in 2024. Can
Well-
you imagine?
Well-
This happened in 2023, but in last week, but it's still you're gonna sit, man, for
maybe,
at
yeah.
least 6 months.
KaiR, this is not the channel where we discuss these things, but the way things are going in the Western countries, all the
Wait a second. I'm gonna interrupt. He's gonna go doom and gloom, people. He's gonna go doom and gloom. Yeah, continue.
the way things are going in the West, I think the fact that someone can go broad daylight without a mask, without, let's say, protecting protecting, without something to cover the fingerprints.
The fingerprints. Yeah.
That means, and what you're seeing more and more, people just don't care anymore.
They don't care.
People are so fed up, and I think people have nothing to lose, that people just don't care.
Crash out.
And if you don't care, if you're willing to throw everything away, if it's one or two people in a whole society, then it's not a big deal. But if more and more people start doing things like this because they don't care, it will be more difficult to maintain order. And what we can expect is that is for things to get worse. Because if you hear the layoffs, amount of people getting laid off, a lot. We talk about it in the last show again. Was it on the double thought or on the expected game plan that we talked about? The $1 billion owner.
No. You mean the who's gonna adopt someone else?
No. The wish list, the Don't be lazy. Lazy people don't get
Oh,
success.
that was the opening of
Of the last show, probably.
the last show.
So,
Yeah, Monday
so,
show.
the people just don't care. People are losing their jobs. People are being replaced by robots instead of instead of using their energies on the workforce. They do these stupid things, and with more stupid people on the streets, may God help us all. In any case, anything else you want to add, KR?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I think you ended on a high note.
All right. Hey guys, thanks to
May
each and every.
God save the queen. Oh no, the king. He couldn't save the queen.
You know, a side note, do you know that the King of England, the current king, doesn't have an official picture yet?
Really?
So if you enter into uh,
The website.
not the
Official website.
website, if you enter into, if you go to a public place, king, you usually, let's say if there's a monarch, you see the picture of the monarch,
Mm.
but you don't, and they still use an old one of the queen.
So no official. He has no official with the crown and with the.
So there's an official. So yeah, so that's that. But I'm saying the official picture of a queen of, so when you get it, when you become queen, they take one official picture
Mm.
which will be put in all the government departments.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah.
The same picture.
Mm.
They don't have one of the current king.
They still have the.
I'm thinking that I think they're trying to skip a generation. But in any case,
The man said, I'm gonna stay low key out here.
yeah, or maybe they said we're gonna keep you low key down here. Hey, no, but thanks to every one of you who's watching or still watching, and those who have watched this entire show. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comment section below. This is an open platform, so whether you agree or disagree, feel free to let us know. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. And last but not least, share the video with your friends, with your family, and your enemies as well. It's been a pleasure to be able to host you in 2023, and as this will drop in 2024, we look forward to the shows. We look forward to the year. This is promising to be a great year. We're getting a lot of support from the Cav on Stage fans, so thank you to each and every single one of you. It's been a it's been a pleasure to serve you once
Look
more.
at this. Sammy Sosa, baby. Sammy Sosa. I need to find my bleach though. Hey, peace out. Later.
Hey, take care, man.